Today's lesson is Accentuate the negative 1.4. So we will actually start on page 14 with this little story introduction. When business records were kept by hand, accountants used red ink for expenses and black ink for income. If your income was greater than your expenses were, you were in the black. If your expenses were greater than your income, you were in the red. So a summary of that is red will be like negatives, black will represent positives. So let's add that to our information. Color red will represent negative. Black will represent positive. Now, this also relates to even in modern days. When you hear about Black Friday shopping after Thanksgiving, that is because for most businesses, they spend a majority of their fiscal year in the red, which means they're not showing a profit. But on Black Thursday, there's so many sales that they're finally making a profit or in the black. So they're in the positive. What did I say?
Black Thursday.
Black Thursday.
Oh, sorry. Black Friday. This entire lesson, make sure you remember reds will be negative, blacks will be positive. So, it says Julia has a problem to solve. It says Linda owes her sister $6 for helping her cut the lawn. She earns $4 delivering papers with her brother. Is she in the red or is she in the black? So what we did is create a chip model, and I drew my chip model, and I would like for your materials handler to get 10 chips out of the bucket. Materials handler is seat 3. Just the materials handler right now. Okay, so materials handler. Because our chips aren't red and black, they're red and yellow. Of course, we'll leave the red as negative, and yellow will have to be our positive. So, please make your chips on your desk match the chips that we drew on our paper. Okay, now, if we read further, we see each black chip represents $1 of income. Each red chips represents $1 of expenses. So we put the chips on our board because she owes her sister $6. She owes sister $6. She earned $4 for cutting the lawn. Now she has concluded that -6 plus a +4, and they put the little plus here just to help you remember that that is a +4, will equal a -2. Now, why do you suppose that she has concluded this? Emma L. That's okay. Who wants to help her out? Seth?
Me? Okay. Because if you, just something like if you, 6 minus 4 is 2, and then it would be -2, because I kind of do that in my mind. I don't know how to really show it.
Okay. All right, so on the board, on the desk where you have your chips, What I want you to do physically with your chips is take away one black and one red and put them back into the bucket, only until you can take them both away at the same time. So on my paper, I'm going to take away one black and one red. One black and one red. One black, one red. One black, one red. Okay, so now I've taken away equal numbers of each. Alright, and then we look at our desktop. What do we have left?
2 reds and
2
1
red.
black and 1 black.
Alright, and so then we look back at what she concluded. She says that when we have a -6 and we add a -4 to it, the result will be left with 2 negatives. And so that is what happened. Okay, so then there's a practice on page 15. And it says, find the missing part for each chip problem. And what would be a number sentence for each problem? Okay, so this is what we're taking a look at in your textbook. If we start with 3 red and we add 5 black, what will we end with? Okay, so in your groups, if there's enough chips for like the pairs to have enough, that's fine. Work together, and I want you to use the chips and see if we can complete this table. All right, go ahead. Just count you out some chips.
So it's 4. We got. Does it work? I got it.
Separate, and you don't need to work on it right now.
Wait, y'all working against me?
I know it's not patience.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Thank you for your attention. All right, so on number 1, if we start with 3 red and we add 5 black, but in our case yellow, if you line them up like this, you can't see it the color very well on the overhead, sorry. But anyways, if you line them up like this, it makes it very easy to see what's left over when you cancel out each one. So on number 1, we'll end with 2 black. All right, on the second one, start with 2 red and 1 black. Well, yellow. That makes me so confused. All right, then it says we have to subtract 3 reds.
Color to each side since you have to add a red to get it.
Okay.
So you can add a yellow too.
Okay. Did y'all hear what she did? Guys, it was genius. Paige said add a red and add a yellow to each side. So then we will be able to take away the correct amount because it didn't change the value by adding 1 to each side. So we added 1 to each. Now we can take away 3 reds. And so what are we left with? Very good. Oops, pass to you, Paige. All right. Third one says we're starting with 6 red. We need to figure out the rule, and we need to end with 2 red. So, what could I do to this chip situation to make it end with just these 2? Aiden? So then if I added the 4 black and that canceled those out, I would be left with 2 red. So then I'm going to write Okay? Alright, and the last one, I don't know what we're starting with, but we're subtracting 3 red. And we want to end with 4 black. So, let's see. We want it to end like that. And we know we have to take away 3 red. Paige?
What I did is I used the formula. I said n minus 3 equals 4.
But you're not just taking away 3 positives, though. You're taking away 3 negatives. So that's a little bit different. But you're on the right track by wanting to use a formula. Try to figure out how we're going to show it in chips. And I'm going to end with that. Subtract 3 red. Hold on.
You can add 3 reds and 3 blacks.
So if I added 3 red and 3 blacks, well, but then if I subtract 3, look what I'm left with. So if I start with all of that and subtract 3, I could get that. But if I start with all of this, really, if I simplify that, I'm really only starting with 1 black. Let me show you that one more time. So we know we want to subtract 3 and end up with these 4, right? Okay, so if I had all of this on my board and I took away the 3, I would end up with those 4. Alright, but to put it in simplified form, when I line these up, really, these all cancel each other out. So really, I'm just starting with 1 black. That's some higher order thinking. Okay. Alright, so problem 1.4 asks us to use a chip model, so we're going to do a little bit more practice with this because that was tough. Let's practice some more. Alright, we're still on page 15, but now we're officially in the problem. That was just getting ready for the problem. Okay, so A number 1 says give 3 combinations of red and black chips using at least 1 of each color that will equal each value. Okay, we're not going to give 3 of each combination. What you're going to do is you try to come up with 1 combination, and because you're all working in your own groups, you'll probably end up with different answers, and then we can share those answers. Alright, so you want to figure out how many red and how many black will equal, for number 1, 0. Alright, try that. Try to come up with a combination. You're not doing the thing with the rule. All you do is take some chips, how many red chips and how many black chips to give us a 0. That's all you have to do. No, Jay. You must actually use chips.
Just the one who
Okay, you should be done with this in about 5 seconds.
Okay, so red, black, red, which you would have 0. You subtract all the red, and then you subtract all the black, and then you add those together.
Here you go, some in here. That's what I said. So easy. All right, here we go. Raise your hand if you'd like to share your number of red and black chips, please, Lily.
Negative 3 black. 3 red chips and 3 black chips.
Yes. Yes. 3 red, 3 black. They'll all cancel out. It'll give us a 0. That's good. Jay, what did you have?
5 red and 5 black.
5 red, 5 black. All cancel out. They give us 0.
Or 0 red chips.
Okay. Shelby?
6 red chips and
There we go. That's all you had to do. All right. Let's look at the second one. This time we want to equal 12. How many red and how many black will give us 12? Positive 12. Go ahead and experiment with your chips for a second.
6. No, 6. Wait, no. 14. Like 14 black, 14 black and 2 reds. 14 black and 2 reds.
That's 16. Use 12.
I know 14 black and 2 reds because 14 minus 2 is 0.
It says
Does that say plus or minus? Does that say plus or minus? The sticker?
No, it's 14 black minus 2 red and the 1 black. That's what I'm using.
Wait, but it says plus, not minus.
Just a combination. The plus is showing they're combined. All right, Bailey, what'd you use?
negative 3 plus positive.
Okay, she had, I'm out of chips. She had a, no, it's okay. I'm going to do this. She had negative 3. I got it. And positive 15. So look, when she put 3 red and 15 black, and then you cancel out these 3, we end up with 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. We end up with 12. That is correct. Okay, Seth.
2.
I'm sorry, some people are being rude to Seth.
2 red plus 14 black.
And that will do the same cancellation. Very good. All right. No, we're moving on.
14 plus negative 2.
Okay, number 3. Now what combination of red and black can we use to get a negative 7? So we want our answer to be a negative 7. Remember, that would be red. Jay, just pass it over. Give it to Abigail.
The reason I took it is because it was on the floor and all that.
Okay, here we go. Hannah.
I put 4 reds. I put 4 reds and 3 black.
Okay, well, if I put 4 red and 3 black, honey, You're going to get these canceling out. You're just going to be left with 1 red. And we need 7 red left over. We need all 7.
I got a combo.
Alright, Aiden.
10 red and 3 black.
Alright, let's see. If I put 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 red and 3 black, cancel these out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That works.
What about 4 reds and 3 reds?
I just showed you, remember?
The stickers.
Okay. Seth?
What about 14 red and 7 black?
14 red. 7 black. And I've got 1 more. Alright, good. Alright, last one you won't be able to use chips for because it's too big and you're supposed to have developed this pattern and know what to do. This time it needs to equal a negative 125.
No, that's mine.
Until baseball
Alright. Jaden, what you got? Alright, so you need 150 red. Well, red is negative. And then 25 black will give me 125 still in the red. Good. Alright, now look at part C. It says Sybil owes her sister $7. Okay, so when you owe somebody, that's negative. So that's my negative 7. Okay, and then she gets paid $5 to walk her aunt's dog.
Pay is the black or yellow.
Okay, so getting paid is in positive. She gets paid $5 to walk the dog. Okay, so how much money does she have after she pays her sister? Yeah. So can't she even pay her sister all her money?
Actually not. She can. She could give her some boots.
She still owes her sister $2. She is in the negative. She has negative 2.
Needs to go to the bank. Probably owes her boots.
Alright, D. Tate earns $10 mowing the lawn. Alright, guys, Lucas, if he earns 10, what am I putting on my board?
Negative 10.
He earns 10.
He gets 10.
So that's going to be what color? Yellow, which is the same as black in this case because we don't have a black. Alright, so here's how much Tate has earned. And he needs to pay $15 to rent the equipment. how much more money will he need to pay his rent? Alright, so even without the chips, we know if we're paying, that's going to be in the red. So 10 red, we'll cancel these out, and I'll still be left with 5 more red. So he still owes $5. And another way of saying that would be like the -5. Alright, now look at part E. Describe the chipboard displays that would match these number sentences. Find the results. Okay, so I'll work a couple with you, then I want you to work these. So if we have a +3, and we're going to take away a +2. What do we have? Okay, so then you use your chips. Now, as you practice these, you won't need the chips anymore, and that'll be fine. All right, so +3. Remove 2 now. +3, take away 2 positives. And what are we left with?
1.
Okay. Alright, number 2. We start with a -4. And then we're going to take away a +2. Okay, start trying it, please. Alright, so -4, that part's easy. Alright, and it says we have to take away 2 positives. But we don't have any positives on the board. So go back to what Paige was talking about earlier. What do we do? Add 2 of each. We'll add 2 positives. 2 negatives and 2 positives. That didn't work. -4. Oh yeah, it does. Okay, there. Alright, so we added our 2 positives and 2 negative. Now we take away 2, and we're left with -6. Okay, try 3. Alright, we started with a -4, and we need to take away a -2. Okay, well we have enough to do that. So we have a -4, we take away a -2, we're left with... No, what are we left?
-2.
Okay. +7 plus how many will equal a +1? Okay. What do y'all think? I started with the +7. I need to end with only a +1. So what goes in this spot?
-6.
I'll need to have these 6 to cancel all these out and end up with just the 1 positive. So plus the -6. Okay, I have a -3. And I'm going to take away a +5. It'll make it easier for you on your independent practice if you'll try these instead of waiting on me to just feed you answers. Okay, so we started with this -3, and it says that we need to take away 5 positives that we don't have. Okay, what do we do if we have to take away some we don't have?
We have to make a negative.
Add, well, whatever it is you need of each. We need 5 positives, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, so now line them up, cancel. Oh, I don't need to cancel that. I need to take away my +5. So I'm left with -8. All right, number 6. All right, I want my answer to be a +6. So what am I going to have to start with and add a -2 to end up with that +6? Tell your group first. Okay, Jay has an idea. Go ahead, Jay.
It is 8.
Okay, let's work through this. Here we go.
Because if you have 8
All right, we're starting with our answer, and it said we were going to have to take away 2. Hold on, adding 2 negative. 2 red. There. So, wait. That says 6 positive. I'm getting confused with my red and black. There. Okay. So we want to end with 6 positive, guys. 6 positive. We put this on the board so that we'll be able to take it away. And now pair 2 red chips with 2 black chips. And we're left with our start of 4.
How is 4 the answer?
4 black.
Oh, is it the bottom? No.
4. We have 4 black.
8 plus -2 would equal 6.
And we need to take away 2, have 2 red. So 2 and 2, then take away 2, end up with 6.
But it's 8 plus
It's a minus. It's not a plus. It's a minus. It's a minus.
It's a plus.
It's a minus. It's a plus. No, it's a
I
minus.
have a different answer in my book. No, it's a plus.
It is a minus. It's a plus. It's a minus for us.
No, it's a plus in here.
Plus. It's right here. Plus. Oh, she don't do that. You did a plus on yours.
That's what's wrong with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I told you.
Am I right, guys, that we were video recording?
Okay, that's 7.